This is Magnifique, Cole Porter tune of the week number 25, which means we're halfway there. I'm aiming to do 50, so I'm doing a lesson a week, or it's more like a jam, like we're jamming together. And there's 4 people who can read charts and want to learn Cole Porter tunes with me. I'm aiming to do 50, so this is halfway there. Number 25, and we're gonna play this tune, C'est Magnifique, in the gypsy jazz style, because I think it's perfect tune in this style, and I know a lot of my viewers and subscribers are into this stuff, this style of jazz, and if you're not a gypsy jazz player, you can still play along, and just remember to strum the chords La Pompe, right? I'm gonna use the iReal Pro. There is a gypsy jazz setting in iReal Pro, and it's horrible, so what I've done is I've removed everything except the bass, so I'm probably gonna have to use headphones here so that you hear the bass. Remember to just strum every beat of the bar, and I'm gonna play the melody an octave lower the first time and an octave higher on the way out. So let's go. So if you're not hearing that, that means you're gonna need headphones. I take a first solo. Solo. from memory. So if you're curious about gypsy jazz and don't know anything about gypsy jazz, it's just playing in the style of Django Reinhardt. I have made a video in the past where I cover a book called The Secrets of Gypsy Jazz or something like that by Denis Chang. So you can check out that video if you want to learn more about gypsy jazz if you don't know much about that. And even if you're not gonna be move to Paris and become a bona fide gypsy jazz player, it's kind of important, I think, as a jazz player to understand this style, at least have an idea of what it is, because it's a huge part of jazz guitar history, I think. So Denis Chang also has his own YouTube channel, which is very, very good, and there's a lot of people who are doing gypsy jazz instructional videos. My favorite would be Denis Chang's and also Christiaan van Hemert, so I'll put links in the description below. So of course Cole Porter was in the gypsy jazz musician, but he lived in Paris, I think, for a while, where he partied like there was no tomorrow. Apparently he was a real party animal, according to Wikipedia. And we do play some of his tunes in this style. What is this thing called Love, for example? But I almost never hear people play this tune in the gypsy jazz style, which is weird because it's perfect fit. So maybe this video will change all that. So we play certain chords here in this style. You don't play a G6 like you normally would, because you want the bass strings. So it's almost the opposite of how they teach you to play jazz in jazz school, where they talk about these kinds of chords. Here you want big chords with a lot of strings. So what I love about this genre, which I've said before in the video that I talk about gypsy jazz, is that it's a jazz style aimed for guitar. So it's a very clear role as a guitar player, what you're supposed to do. Whereas when you show up in a jazz combo, there's a piano player and an upright bass and two horns and maybe a vocalist. It's not really clear what you're supposed to do actually, because you're kind of stepping on the piano player or the horn players, But in this style, you're supposed to do this. And it's jam music. You can jam 50 guitars, at campfire, just all night. So that's why some of the reasons why I love this genre. So this is not going to be a video on that. I'm just showing you this tune, and I thought it would be fitting to play it in this style. So this was number 25, and if you want to check out all my Cole Porter Tune of the Week videos, you can join us on Patreon, where I release one of these a week on top of all the other videos I'm making. And there's also monthly Q&As and Zoom meetings and bonus videos and all this other stuff on Patreon. So to those of you who are following on Patreon, thank you. And for those of you, please consider joining us there. And you also got PDFs. So that was C'est Magnifique. Au revoir.